Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about Mirage. What is Mirage? Before that, we should know about total internal reflection. I hope you are all knowing about this concept. Now, total internal reflection should they have some rule. The rule is the light ray should travel from denser medium to less denser medium. Okay. Now we have a glass block, a semicircular glass block. Sorry for the diagram. We have a semicircular glass block. Okay, and it is a denser medium. Outside air is the less denser medium, and the light enters straight. It is not bending at this point. They will ask question why the light ray does not bend even though it is traveling from one medium to another medium. You have to say that the incident ray is passing through the normal of the surface of the tangent normal. This is a tangent and draw the normal. The light ray is passing through the normal. Okay, and here it will refract. Now when it refracts denser medium to less denser medium, you have to draw the normal, and it is bending closer to the boundary away from the normal because the speed increased, so the angle of refraction will be bigger than angle of incidence. Now I am increasing the when I increase the angle of incidence at one point, the reflected ray passing through the boundary, the refracted ray, sorry, the refracted ray is passing through the boundary, then the angle of incidence is called critical angle. So when the angle of incidence is equal to critical angle, you can see the angle of refraction becomes 90 degree. 90 degree. So this is the definition for the critical angle. When angle of incidence is equal to is called a critical angle, or the angle of incidence is critical angle when angle of refraction makes 90 degree to the normal. Okay, if you increase the angle of incidence, if it is bigger than the critical angle, then you will see all the light rays, they reflect into the same medium. Now if I increase a little, all the light rays are reflecting, sorry, or into the same medium, like this. This is called total internal reflection. No light is escaping from the glass block. It is reflecting internally because it is greater than critical angle. So it is a condition for the total internal reflection that angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. Okay, keep this in your mind, and we are going to see some picture here. This boy is getting a light ray. It seems that it is coming from the ground. It is coming from the ground. See here. Okay, but actually the light is coming from the sun from here, and it is cold air because it is more above the surface and the atmosphere is colder, and the surface on the ground is hot. So if the ground is hot, it will heat the air closer to the ground. So it is the hot air. Hot air is the less density. Cold air is more density. So it is coming from more density medium to less density. So the bending away from the normal. Also you can see the angle of refraction is bigger. Angle of refraction is bigger than angle of incidence. And again it creates some angle. This angle is greater than critical angle. At one point the angle becomes greater than critical angle. At this time the light will be reflecting. Total internal reflection is taken place, and the light is uh, going towards your eye, and you believe that the light is always the reflected ray. If you extend backward, you can see it meets at a point where you will think that the image is created on the ground. It is called a mirage. Always if you see any image, just you have to draw the lines backward and the image will be created. So he is believing that the light rays are coming from the ground, so the image is there. Actually the image is not there, it is the apparent image. So this is a concept. Again you can see here is another picture. Now the light ray, the light is coming from the, okay, the light ray is coming from the cloud or from the sun, and you can see here on the top it is cold and it is more denser, and it is forwarding, heading to the less density area, so it is bending away. Again it is approaching towards the less density medium, so again it bends away, and finally at one point the angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. By this time the light ray will enter to, means that it will be total internal reflection will be taken place, and the reflected ray will go to the driver's eye, and he believes that the light ray, just you draw the backward line, okay, he believes the light is coming from the ground, so you see the cloud on the ground. So this is called, this phenomena is called mirage. And I want to discuss some another question. I found it, maybe it will be helpful for you. Now this is not the concept of mirage, it is polarized, unpolarized light and filters. Now the light rays from the sun is unpolarized. Unpolarized means the light rays are vibrating in all the directions, and this light ray hit the ground on the road, hit the road and you are driving. Okay, now when the light, the unpolarized light hits the ground, incident on the ground, and it is reflected. Okay, now the surface, the ground surface, uh, what is the function? It will polarize the light, unpolarized. The ground polarized the light. And what kind of polarized is, it is horizontally polarized, because the surface is horizontal, so it will cut off all the directions of light and only it keeps the horizontal pattern. So this horizontally polarized light will go to the driver's eye, so he is getting the horizontally polarized light. So what happens now, the driver wears the sunglass. That's what we are asked to wear the sunglass, and it is advisable to wear the sunglass to reduce the amount of light entering to your eyes unnecessarily, so you feel headache, and lots of means continuous exposure of light will reduce your eyesight power, so you should wear the sunglass, it is advisable. So the sunglass has the filter, it is vertically polarized. So when the horizontally polarized enters the vertically polarized or almost vertically polarized, so the most of the light rays cut off and a few light enters to your eye and it gives the cooling effect. That's what we are, you wearing the sunglass vertically polarized. So the reflected surface make the unpolarized light into horizontally polarized, and when it reach the driver's sunglass, the sunglass is vertically polarized, almost vertically polarized, and it will cut most of the light rays and enters few light to our eyes, so we feel good, and it gives a cooling effect. That's what we say, cooling glass, sunglass. Okay. Um Okay, and also another information, if you see the vertical surface like a building, and the building has a glass, and the light ray, the unpolarized light hit the glass and it is reflecting back, and we see the reflected light rays, and you still, this light ray, the full light rays will enter your eyes, because the surface is vertical. So the polarized light is always parallel to the surface, which means it is now vertically polarized, and our sunglass also vertically polarized, so all the light rays will enter to our eyes, because the filter is same, the pattern of the filter is also the same like the reflected polarized light. So it will not cut off the light, all the light will enter to our eyes. This is what sometime even though you wear the sunglass, you get a glare, more light, because of the reason of the pattern of the filter that you are using in the sunglass. The sunglass is always vertically polarized. Our sunglass is always vertically polarized because most of the time we need to we are getting the horizontally polarized surface and horizontally polarized light most of the time we are dealing with. So we should have vertically polarized sunglass, and it is available in the market. Only the vertically polarized sunglasses are available in the market, and we don't have vertically polarized, and also with horizontally polarized you cannot make it at the same time. So it is in the market we have vertically polarized sunglass. I hope the messages are useful for you, and then best of luck for your exam. And if you have any other question, you can contact me. Thank you so much.